Another driver acts like an idiot on social media, and NASCAR TV ratings are in, and they're not good. Yo, what is up, everyone? My name is Jeff Krause, and welcome back to another episode of Inside the Lines, the first episode post NASCAR. I know there was some news regarding Chase Elliott, Jimmy Johnson running the Rolex 24 potentially, Stewart and Briscoe, that whole deal going on. I decided to take a couple of days off after the race just to get everything settled in for the off season and what I have planned over there. But we do have some news to talk about in this show, so let's not waste any time and jump right into it. We started with our first story revolving around Josh Reaume. He runs, I think it's Reaume, how you pronounce it. He runs part-time in the trucks in the Xfinity series. He has been suspended indefinitely by NASCAR for violating sections 12.1 and 12.8.1.e in NASCAR's rulebook. Now, this penalty means that Reaume had a behavioral penalty. And why is because something he posted on social media. Now, we don't have the picture, but apparently what was posted that he posted on his social media, I don't know if it was Facebook or Twitter, but he posted a picture of his toaster strudel. That's fine. But you know those frosting that you can, make whatever design you want? Well, of all the things he could have made anything. He decided to use that frosting and make it into a swastika. Yep, a freaking swastika. Of all the things you could have done, you pick that. And what's worse is that he looked at this and went, you know what? This would be a great thing to post. Like this will definitely not get me into any trouble whatsoever. You idiot. An incredibly insensitive and anti-Semitic post. Someone saw it, reported it to NASCAR, and then NASCAR indefinitely suspended him. And his apology did not help the situation whatsoever. On Thursday, I posted a picture of my evening snack, and it was taken out of context. Okay, first of all, you putting a swastika on a strudel, where is it taken out of context? Like, what you decided to put an incredibly insensitive symbol that represents one of the worst things to happen in not only recent history, in human history. A symbol that's connected to the worst genocide, in my opinion, in human history. Killed millions and millions of innocent people for no reason and affected tens of millions that with surrounding family members and friends. Where is the out of context in this? I would love to know. If someone can tell me, fine, but I want to know where's the out of context in this. It's really nothing. You put a swastika on it and post it on the internet. Where's the out of context in this? It was never meant to offend anybody, and I'm sorry if it did. Really, you didn't think it would offend anyone? Are you that dumb? I hope that you will judge me by my character and who you know me to be. I grew up in an ethnically diverse family, and West Africa was my home for 13 years. My team has arguably had the most diverse set of drivers in the history of NASCAR. Okay, this is basically the equivalent of saying, let's say I'm a white guy, and my friend Daryl is black, therefore I'm not racist. That's not an excuse. That you're just trying to save your ass at this point. Like, this is the exact opposite of what you should do in an apology. A proper apology, look, hey, I messed up. I'm sorry. I will learn from this. Look at Larson, for example. Just do what Larson did. Learn from it. He literally, this post, it's just him trying to save his ass. Well, I'm sorry, but I was enjoying my evening snack and it got taken out of context. So you're really going to blame the freaking toaster? That's what you're going to blame? You're going to blame the toaster. A toaster strudel. You're going to blame that for getting suspended? Oh, no, but guys, I didn't mean it. I'm not like that. I have so many diverse drivers and people on my team. I'm not racist. I'm not anti-Semitic. That doesn't change. That's not an apology. You're just trying to save yourself you're just trying to save face. That's what I'm trying to say. You're just trying to save face. Like, the reason why I get so heated in moments like this is because don't be stupid. Just don't be stupid. You've heard that phrase time and time again. Just don't be stupid. Don't be racist. Don't be anti-Semitic. Don't be sexist. Just be a good person. But apparently in 2020, even that's difficult to do for a lot of people. Like, I don't know about you, but in my opinion, this apology makes it even worse. This is a typical YouTube apology. It's, I'm sorry, but not really I'm sorry. He said I'm sorry at first, which, okay, yeah, you say I was enjoying my evening snack, got taken out of context. That already put you in a deeper hole. You say, I'm sorry, okay, you build yourself back up, but then you just drop down this, my team has the most diverse team, whatever. Like, that changes anything. There is no point in bringing that into subject. So, I don't know what to say. That pissed me off. I mean, oh man. He then finishes off saying, my goal is to continue to partner with fans, sponsors, drivers, and crew members from all backgrounds and share opportunities. I appreciate everyone's support. I look forward to Daytona, Josh. Okay. Yeah, I already vented, so there's really nothing much to add there. I mean, that apology is completely useless in my opinion. I mean, you just whatever. But I want to say, I think this is, I could be wrong on this. Someone can fact check me. This might be the most amount of times that NASCAR has had to use the behavioral penalty on someone. This is the third time they had to do it on Josh Reaume, Kyle Larson, and Mike Wallace. Larson, he asterisk to it because he's redeemed himself, I feel like. I think he deserves to be welcomed back. But Mike Wallace, he's an idiot still. He still does not understand what he did was wrong, which is very sad. And now Josh Reaume is put a very insensitive anti-Semitic post, and he apologized, but it's basically, it's as much as paper. It's not that much. But yeah, we'll see what happens. If Josh gets reinstated, I don't know. I don't care, to be honest. But yeah, this is just another reminder. Just think. Just think. Is this a good thing to post? Yes or no? Just think before you act. Now on to our final story. Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series Championship finale at Phoenix concluded. Chase Elliott being the champion. Now this was a real feel-good moment. One of the most popular championships in, I think, maybe since Jimmy Johnson 2016 when he won his 7th championship. But it was a big moment for the sport, especially in Dawsonville, Georgia. Well, ratings came in, and let's just say it's a problem. It's starting to get a real big problem. Ratings came out. 3.093 million people watched the race with a rating of 1.87. That is down 18% in viewership and 15% in ratings from last year's race at Homestead. Now, before I get into the bad, let's talk about the good. First of all, the good. The ratings haven't come out for the entire season, but more than likely, it's going to be either flat or down 1 or 2%, which is really good when you consider other sports and how bad viewership has fallen over there with COVID-19 and everything that's been going on. So that is good. It's also good that NASCAR was able to finish their season basically on schedule. I'm pretty sure every other sport, except maybe for football, we'll see what the Super Bowl is going on around there, but MLB, NBA, NHL, they've all had to move their seasons later into the year because of COVID. NASCAR is really the only one that I know of that's been able to start and finish on time. NBC also reported that this year's NASCAR season, or at least for their portion of the season, was the most streamed in so far in its history, up 29% from last year. And their 2020 season as a whole on NBC and NBCSN was flat compared to 2019. But on the networks of NBC was up 3% from last year's network races. So that is all good. But now let's talk about the bad. On NBC in 2015, 7.6 million people watched the season finale in 2015. Part of that was helped by Jeff Gordon. It has dropped down by 50% in 2020. 5 years already. Half of it's gone. That is a huge problem. Now I know some people might say, "Oh, this is normal. NASCAR as a whole has been going down ratings." And while that is true, some races has gone up in prior years. Yet Homestead, or at least the season finale or the championship finale, has consistently gone down. It's not like other races where 2018 and 2019 Kansas went up. Certain races they've gone up, certain races have gone down, and certain races that have gone down have only gone down by just a little bit, maybe 2 to 8%. Yet the championship finale has consistently gone down the last 5 years, and I'm pretty sure a lot of it by double digits. This is 18% now in viewership and 15% in ratings. I think this exposes the problem with the playoffs, and this is my opinion right now. You cannot manufacture a Game 7 moment. The reason, look, and that's the whole point of this format, Game 7 moments. When Game 7 first of all, you have to understand, Game 7 moments do not happen every year. You look at the NBA, the MLB, and the NHL, they have these Game 7 or series of 7. Not every time it goes to Game 7, but when it does, it's special. And that's why Game 7 moments are rare, and when it does happen, people enjoy it so much, because it's rare. It really shows that, okay, these two teams are evenly matched up. You need to go to the final game to really show who has the upper hand. But when you have it every single year, when you have a Game 7 matchup every single year, it just doesn't feel special anymore. Especially when you know it's going to happen every year. That's a problem with the NASCAR playoff format. You know that 4 drivers are going to go into the final race with a shot at championship. That automatically eliminates the unpredictable factor. I would love to go into the season knowing, how many drivers are going to be in realistic shots of a championship? 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to be able to guess. But if I know that 4 drivers are going to be in contention, you just throw away the unpredictability aspect of the season. What people love in sports is storylines, natural storylines, authentic storylines, storylines that begin at the start of the season and they work their way to the finale. It's like when you tell a book. You have a beginning, you have a plot, and then you have moments that took place throughout the book, and then you have a climax. You have a peak at the end of the story, like the final boss battle or whatever, something like that. That's what creates memorable matchups and memorable finishes. But this format, it gets rid of all of that, especially when the regular season does not matter. Let's be honest, the regular season does not matter. Chase Elliott only won 2 races, Charlotte and the Daytona road course in the regular season, had an average finish of 12.8 and entered as the 5th seed. Kevin Harvick won 9 races, had the most wins, most top 5s, most top 10s, most laps led out of anyone in the regular season, was number 1. And we know obviously what happened in the playoffs. So the regular season really does not matter. As long as you make it to the 16, anything's fair game, or anything can happen. And as we saw what happened this year, literally anything can happen. And I think that's a major turnoff when you know that the first 26 really does not matter as long as you just do well in 3 races. And that's the thing. It's not like you put in a 10 race stretch, which I know Chase Elliott would have won under the original Chase format, which, all right, fair play. But instead of having a 10 race playoff format or 10 race chase where there's still a bit of storylines, you can still have some moments that lead up to a finale, is now just like 3-week breaks. It's like 3 weeks break, 3-week break, 3-week break. There's no progression, there is no flow. It's just like race stop, race stop, race stop. It just doesn't feel authentic. And I think fans are starting to realize that. I mean, we saw after Martinsville how the outraged fans had over Kevin Harvick being eliminated. I wouldn't be surprised if that turned off a lot of fans from this year's championship. Knowing that Harvick, doesn't matter if you're a Harvick fan, but knowing that he should be in the championship for it and didn't make it, I won't be surprised if that turned off a lot of fans from even watching the championship finale. And the fact that Chase Elliott, in contention, NASCAR's most popular driver, their golden boy, and Jimmy having a real shot at the championship, and Jimmy Johnson racing in his final start, and still ratings plummeted, that is a problem. That is a big, big problem. It wasn't like, if it was around 8 to 10%, I would have been fine. But nearly 20%? No, that's a problem. And I think the playoffs are a big reason for why the season or the championship finale has been going down a lot every single year. Again, it's not like we're seeing small drops. We're seeing big drops every single year. That's a problem. I think you need NASCAR. I know NASCAR is not going to change the format after what Steve Phelps said at Phoenix. I believe he said something along the lines of on how this format is working as it's designed or something along those lines. When he said that, I knew right then and there NASCAR is never going to change the format. They're going to take this to their grave. Fine, fair play, fair enough. But I really do believe that NASCAR needs to take a look at it. I mean, you're hyping this up. The whole point of this playoff format is to have this Game 7 moment. Is to have a winner-take-all format. That is entertainment gold. But if it's flopping, then what's the point of the playoffs? The whole point of it is to recreate Game 7 moments, yet your Game 7 moments are flopping in ratings and people don't even really remember and are still, arguing how legit the champion is. What's the whole point of the playoffs then? I really don't know. I'm just saying 2022, new car, new schedule probably. I really do believe we need to take a look at this playoff format and we need to do something about it because we can't just leave it like this if it's going to keep on going down. We'll see what happens next year. Next year, with what's going on with COVID vaccines and things like that, more than likely we could be seeing things go back to normal in 2021. So we'll see what happens there in that season finale, if that goes up or if it continues to go down. We'll know what happens. But This is a problem. That's all I gotta say. It's a problem for Elliott and Johnson with everything that's going on still, and it's still flopped. Again, I know we're in COVID-19 times. I get that, but still, 80%. That's a huge drop. It's a problem. But that's all I got for this episode of Inside Lines. Tell me what are your thoughts in the comment section down below. But until next time, my name is Jack Cross from MDK, and I'll see you guys next time.